So last weekend, I spent an ungodly amount of time just trying to get Palworld to play in a stable manner on my Steam Deck. And when I say stable, I don't mean just low frame rate, low visuals, low everything, playing the game in handheld. No, I meant running it with all of that, with higher visual range to be able to see terrain features in the distance, and, most importantly, with OBS running. Now, every time I tried to play the game with OBS running, the game would crash after less than 5 minutes. And the whole purpose of that was to try and get it set up so that I could live stream the game on a Steam Deck, or at the very least be able to record footage of me playing it for a future challenge. And I eventually gave up. I ended up playing the game in handheld using Decky Recorder to get me all of the footage I needed to compile the video at a later date. And then I had an idea this morning. I had an idea. Why don't I use GeForce Now? I mean, originally...
There are too many options.
Yeah, I hate adverts. Let's just mute this. That didn't help. It's still coming through the microphone. Bear with me a sec, guys. There we go. So, I originally planned on starting with Microsoft's Xbox... What's it called? Xbox... Had it in my brain earlier. Hold on. I had to write it down. I'm going to have to refer to my notebook for this one because I've already forgotten what it's called. Game Pass. Okay, Xbox Game Pass. And the visuals... Okay, the green screen apparently isn't working properly at the moment because this book is meant to be green. Oh well. I need better lighting. So anyway, the original plan was to use Microsoft's Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. The only problem with Game Pass was it was a wee bit expensive. I didn't want to go and invest, I believe it was somewhere around £15 to subscribe for an entire month just to see if this works. And I know they have that catch of you can play for the first week or two for £1, but they prey on you forgetting stuff like that. And I am the type to forget that. And of course, you've also got to buy certain games because not all of them are free. I don't fully understand Game Pass. But anyway, Nvidia GeForce Now. It comes with restrictions. Like, as we can see up on screen at the moment, we have adverts that we have to wait through. We have to sit through a queue and watch adverts before we can actually play the game if you're going in for free. There are restrictions on just exactly how good the quality is you can get when you're doing it for free. And lastly, you are limited to a 1 hour gaming session. But I figured I've never really been that obsessed with resolution. My gaming sessions tend to be less than an hour, partly because I'm just that easily distracted. And yeah, I'm just that easily distracted. Most games I play, I tend to, put it away within the hour. So the free restrictions don't really bother me all that much. So I figured, why not get set up on Nvidia GeForce Now? See what it's like to play for free. So, of course, I've just got to wait at the moment. How GeForce Now seems to work is it doesn't launch the game. It launches a remote virtual computer with a copy of your Steam account. Or, well, my Steam account in my case. It could be your Epic account or one of the other ones I can't remember the names of. But it launches a virtual computer, loads up your account, and then launches the game from in there. So you don't just launch the game through GeForce Now. You launch your storefront, which then launches your game. It's weird. Anyway, this video, once we actually get that far, because we're probably a couple of minutes in by now, and I've gotten to the point where I can't actually see what I'm doing anymore. I can't see my preview. Can I actually play GeForce Now? Hold on. Can I play it? You guys can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm hoping to be able to set this away from full screen. There we go. Okay. And I need to toggle out of here now. You know what? I'm not going to worry about being able to see the preview. We're going to put it back to full screen. I've done the proof of concept here. I know I can I know I can disable full screen, so that's good. Let's pick up my trusty Windows Xbox 360 controller from God knows how long ago and actually try and play this game. So, as we can see, we've got both of my accounts right here. We've got the Sailor Miles, which is the challenge playthrough that I'm doing. Now that I can access the challenge playthrough, presumably through streaming, I should be able to carry on with that challenge in a proper, live, authentic format. For now, though, we're just going to go with my classic profile, the one that I dabble around on for 10 minutes here and there. Just see what works, what doesn't work. And most importantly, I think I'm going to have to finish this episode by going into the dungeons, because that is where the Steam Deck always crashes, in the dungeons of all places. So, yeah, if I can actually play Palworld perfectly stable on here, including going into dungeons, then I'm going to be a happy guy. Now, of course, with this being a streaming game, you need a really good internet connection. And the visuals here, they're pretty good. They're a lot better than I would normally be getting on my Steam Deck. And it's at this point that I realise that neither of us are getting audio because I have disabled it. There we go, we've got the audio back. Now, if I recall, I've left the music off because it makes editing a heck of a lot easier when there's no music. And music is most likely... Okay, it's not remembered to the music settings. It's not carried across as part of the profile. But, yeah, when it comes to editing in YouTube, music can be a pain in the backside because it ruins the flow of the video. And I think I just ruined the flow of me changing the settings there. Yeah, it can ruin the flow of the video and set off copyright alarms. And if the music is baked into the raw video, you can't do anything about it once the copyright alarms are set off. If you add it in post, then you can just take it back out again. Let's press the right button this time. Yes, I kept on pressing B last time. I'm not very good at this, am I? But anyway, the only thing that I'm noticing here is a not particularly amazing resolution. But we are on a free account. We cannot expect a particularly amazing resolution. If I enjoy this enough to upgrade to a paid account, which I might, especially if I want to turn this into a proper series, then the visuals will get better. As for my Steam Deck making noise, the fan is spinning, but it is, what, say a fifth of the volume? I'm kind of guessing it here. I am really guessing. But it is... compared to usual, compared to the amount of stress that I'm usually putting it under just playing this game, I'd say it is pretty quiet. It is pretty quiet. So we'll just grab a common egg. It's a shame I'm not on my other profile because that will come in quite handy having lots of eggs. That said, on my challenge profile, I might have some eggs at the moment, but I haven't got a single incubator. So I'm relying exclusively on finding shinies or finding cages. And I think that's the direction I want to go in. What I'm trying to do is head towards the location of a known dungeon and not keep on pressing the wrong buttons as I go along, which I'm notorious for, pressing the wrong buttons. Whether I'm playing a game, changing settings or installing an operating system, I am guaranteed to press the wrong button. Okay, so I believe that on the other side of these steps just here, I don't know why I'm raising my arm, but I'll carry on doing it now. There should be a dungeon. If this one doesn't work, we're at a couple of fast travel locations now, so we can go find another one. I only know of the locations of 2. I've not played this game a massive amount. So this one, is it closed off whilst I'm flying with one hand? Yeah, I think we're closed off this one. Ah, well, have a cup of tea and carry on. So, that's what I'm most interested in at the moment. Can I run a dungeon without it crashing on me? So I know there's one right here on this beach. So let's get as close to that beach as we can and just fly around. Or over, whichever works. And I'm pretty sure every other YouTuber that you've watched play Palworld so far probably already has that really cool looking dragon. You know, that really cool looking dragon that doesn't use a stamina bar and just glides everywhere effortlessly. I'd love to be able to say I'd actually played the game enough to get that far and to actually know how to get it and where to get it and what level you need to be to get it and be at that level. But I haven't. Between me playing Eve Echoes on the side quite a lot, a number of other indie games like Dice Folk, Cassette Beasts, this, a couple of Alien games, and of course me actually playing around with the YouTube channel, yeah, I'm nowhere near as far through this game as it could be. Right, so we have ourselves a dungeon, Hillside Cavern. Do I want to enter? I am pressing buttons here, but nothing's happening, so I might have to resort to the mouse. Okay, so there's one thing worth noting. Apparently, some things still require mouse input. Well, at least the mouse is nearby. At least it's nearby. I can deal with that. That's not a deal breaker. That is not a deal breaker. So we're in, and the fan is actually even quieter than in the overworld. Oh no, I say that it's picking up a little bit, but I'm happy. I'm still happy. Ooh. Yeah, I am not particularly good at this game, guys. I think I'm literally just being carried by the level I'm at the moment. Yeah, I'd say so. Hey! Well, at least I'm better than the NPCs. I mean, come on, guy. What are you doing? You gotta love early access games, right? You never get quirk like this out of a finished product. I can remember The Forest back in the day. That was a brilliant early access game to play. Right, I'm not doing all this work. I'm getting one of the others to do the work. I have minions for a reason. Oh, that was brutal. That's like straight out of WWE, that was. Right, let's roam around. I don't want to spend too much time in this dungeon. Let's figure out where the exit is and go there. And I'm going to release my chimp. I want my chimp to do all the fighting. And out of curiosity, what are my combat settings at the moment? I'd say they're probably on command attack aggressively. We'll keep it on that. It's quite handy, especially when they're over leveled. You don't have to worry about them picking a fight they can't win. I mean, I've got to be extremely careful with them picking fights that they can't win, especially in my challenge playthrough that I keep on alluding to, because I can't win a single fight in that challenge playthrough at the very, very beginning. I'm pretty sure the first monster that I managed to get a hold of, which was one from a cage, was an exploding dodo. I can't remember its name, and I could have the species of bird completely wrong, but that's what I remember, a primary colour exploding dodo. Yeah. I was kind of gutted to find that was going to be my starting pal, essentially, because it has one attack. It has one attack, and that is to explode, and then it's just done with. It's just done with. You get one attack, one kill, and then you have to run away. Right, I've got a grass type here. Let's pick something that doesn't have a disadvantage. Let's go with Least Punk. I mean, I don't actually know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but given the levels that these are at, I'll be fine. So, obviously, it's stable. I'm not getting an enormous amount of sound coming out of the fan, which is brilliant. The next test that I want to run, and this isn't something that crashed the game in the past, but it is a good way to stress test it nonetheless. And that is going to be just going back to the base where I've got about a dozen pals running around and just have a fight there. Just have a fight. That's literally all I want to do. But first, I'm over encumbered. I don't like these games sometimes when you get over encumbered. Let's have a look. What can I just dispose of that I really don't need? Okay, I was hoping that was going to weigh a bit more than it did. That doesn't weigh anything. Let's get rid of wood. Can get wood anywhere. Done. Alright, let's get out of this dungeon. Now that we know this is stable and I don't have to rule out an entire section of the game just for stability purposes. So let's just grab whatever the rewards are. We can see them up on screen whilst I leave. And that menu actually allowed me to leave then without using the mouse. That is a bonus point. Yeah, let's get to... Nope, not that one. But why am I pressing the wrong button so very often? Let's get back to a base. Preferably my big one. I can get there. B1G, big. Some people will get that reference. Give me a like in the like button area if you get that reference. And I can't actually see now. Okay, that went well. Please don't have me just fall all the way back down because I'm not looking where I'm going. Alright. Okay, let's get on top of this ridge before I run out of stamina again and fall back into the darkness. Oh, I like that quote. You can't lock up the darkness.
What did you just say?
You can't lock up the darkness.
Yeah, I'm really bad at mimicking actors when they're doing good voices. And I think that's a chest there. Come on, come on, let me get round. Let me see what I'm doing. I wonder, is there a flying bird in this game that is on fire? And I'm asking that because that fire will come in very, very handy right now. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Okay, this is another reason why I wanted to try streaming the game and taking the load off of the Steam Deck. You'll notice right above the Nightwing description right now, just get it in a better position, right there, you can see a green dot. It's ever so faint, but I can also see another one over there above the Nightwing name. Those are Liftmunk effigies. And when you're playing the game on lower graphics settings, you're never going to find these with any level of reliability because you just can't get such a good view distance. Here you can, streaming the game instead of playing it in an offline mode. You can actually see so far away, you can actually have a chance of getting these rare items. Of course, I'm still goofing around and not knowing where I'm actually going. Oh, there we are. That's what I want. That blue area there. I will come back off of my tangent in a sec. One moment. I just want to get this fast travel done so we can get to the next part of the stress test. Yes, what was I saying? So, Liftmunk effigies actually stand a chance of being able to obtain Liftmunk effigies while streaming the game. Now, of course, I'm streaming the game. It comes with caveats. Like, the most notable one is you can't play this offline. When I say you can't play this offline, technically you can, because this save that I've loaded is part of my Steam cloud saves. So, yeah, if I go away, let's say I want to play this game offline because I'm going camping at the weekend or something, it's not really an issue. Just play the game with the lower settings, let the let the fan speed rev up as much as it needs to, and just play the game on lower settings. When you get back home, just switch to GeForce Now and play it on the cloud using, you know, the cloud saves and the better graphics and all of that. I mean, I'm probably, for the thumbnail for this video, I might grab a screenshot of this game. It'll be half of the screenshot is going to be from the Steam Deck's own playthrough, you know, with its own low graphics. And then another one will be with GeForce Now free, just to show off the graphics, you know, just to show off what the difference is. I'd be curious to see. It'd be quite funny if the graphics difference was zero, if there was no difference whatsoever. While we're waiting for one of those raid events to happen, because that's literally what I'm waiting for right now. We're just going to look at the settings we've got right now. Max FPS. The eye doesn't see above 60. I rarely have it above 60 anyway. And since we've turned FPS down, because we don't need it quite so high, we're going to turn the other ones up. DLLS? I'll just keep it on performance, I think. Balanced or quality? We'll go quality. I'm not entirely familiar with DLLS. Is it upscaling? I'm not entirely sure. I need to start paying attention to things. I think there's a bit of a noticeable frame rate drop there with me changing those settings. So I'm just going to go back and change them again. And again, this is just all part of me waiting. So we'll just lower that from Epic. And DLLS, just put them back. I don't care about them. As I said, the graphics is fine enough for me. The only thing I'd want to improve at this point is the resolution. And we'll probably get that improvement at some point. Repair kit. Apparently I need a repair kit for that thing. Let's have a look. Where does one get a repair kit? There you are. Start. I was going to let a pal do that, but it's a really quick job. I might as well do it. There we go. So let's just get that repaired. So how many pals do we have? Before we end up with a big ass fight on our hands, let's just see what we've got currently in operation. We've got 12 pals currently deployed. We can make that 13. All I've got to do is just chuck one out. Let's go with Fox Parks. There we go. Don't know. In fact, no, I'm not going to go with Foxy. I'm going with Tansy, because I like the monkey. And he's green, the colour of my channel logo. Unless I choose to do the thumbnail for this one in the purple format. Anyway. Now, I just need to aggravate something, because I could be waiting here quite a while. And if I wait too long, I will come up against the 1 hour limit for Nvidia's GeForce NOW when you're not paying for it. So let's see if I can just pee them off. There we go. Got one. Got the other. Let's get more. That's another. That's another one. Now, if I was playing this game in handheld, I'd be able to pull up like the Steam Deck overlay, you know, performance overlay with frame rates and all of that displayed. I mean, as stress tests go, that wasn't a particularly big one. But with 13 pals on field plus 3 enemy ones, I didn't really see any issues. Yeah, I've got to say I'm happy. I am happy with what I'm seeing right now. I can play this game in a stable format, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't believe this is something that always surprises me. It's like when I first got glasses. The grass. There's actually blades of grass here. I'm not entirely certain, but I think in my other playthroughs I've not actually seen grass in this game. Because, you know, lowest possible settings. And lowest possible resolutions in many cases. So, yeah, I am happy with what I'm seeing here right now. The game isn't lagging. The Steam Deck isn't making a goddamn awful amount of sound. It just seems reasonable. Let's see if I can just upset a few more locals. There we go. Go on, Tansy, you can do it. And, yeah. I think at this point... Oh, hello. This is definitely going to over-encumber me. Yowzers. Okay. That is going to be quite the clean-up job for when I come back onto this character profile. Wow. Okay. But yeah. So, I'm going to call this video it here. Let's have a look at how long I've been recording, because that'll probably give me an indication as to how long I've got until Nvidia GeForce Now cuts me out. Let's see, 24 minutes. Probably got half an hour left on this session before Nvidia cuts me off. But I'm calling it there anyway. So yeah, if you want to play Palworld in a stable manner on the Steam Deck and be able to record footage and be able to make use of your webcam that you got plugged into your dock and maybe live stream or record or whatever you want it to be, as long as you've got an internet connection, I highly recommend you trying out Nvidia GeForce Now. If you don't have the money to pay for it to subscribe and get it in a nice, good, high quality, as long as you're happy dealing with the adverts as you queue up to get into the game, and as long as you're happy only having a 1 hour play session, then there is nothing wrong with giving Nvidia GeForce Now a shot. If you are playing over Wi-Fi though, be sure to make sure that you change your Wi-Fi settings so that you're connected through the 5 GHz frequency, or whichever the fastest frequency is for you wherever you are, because there are other higher frequencies, like I believe there's a 5.9 or 6 GHz. I don't have that one. But don't let it play on the 2.4 GHz because you will lose a fair bit of connection speed, and the more speed the merrier when you're streaming. But anyway, I'm going to cut the ramble there. I hope you found this useful. If you did, feel free to hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're slowly making our way to 1,000 and I'm hoping to get there within the next few months, but we shall see. Until the next video, guys or girls, play casual. Oh, I hope I had both hands in frame then. Yeah, cheers.